This is a burger. When you see this burger, a few thoughts probably go through your mind. Maybe it makes your mouth water. Maybe it doesn't appetize you as a vegetarian. Or maybe it brings memories of when you last had a burger, either at McDonald's or at a summer barbecue with friends and family. But what you probably don't think of is how much this burger really costs. How would you feel if I told you that eating a burger uses the same amount of water as a month of showers, or uses the same amount of fossil fuel as driving a car for 20 miles? Do you see the burger differently now? In recent years, a great deal of action has been taken to reduce our emissions in other areas. For example, by 2040, the government are intending to entirely ban the sale of new petrol and diesel cars. However, when it comes to meat consumption, very little has been done by both the government and ourselves as consumers, despite livestock farming accounting for a staggering 51% of global emissions. So what is already known? Despite an uptake in vegetarianism, meat consumption is increasing at unprecedented levels. Research tells us that meat consumption is set to increase by 70% by 2050. Inevitably, population growth accounts for some of this increase, but that doesn't take away from the stark truth that this is unsustainable. Several studies have been conducted in the context of our research. For example, looking at eating habits and the factors that influence them. However, we believe that students as a demographic are inexplicably important, yet poorly understood. 1 in every 3 people aged 18 to 24 are in full-time education, and ultimately students will have to live with the effects of climate change. What is just as pertinent, though, is that statistically students are overwhelmingly more likely to be legislators themselves, and therefore, if we do not know or care about the impact we are having on the environment, then how can students, as a demographic, hope to legislate to safeguard against the damage in the future? With this in mind, our research will set out to achieve 3 aims. 1. We will explore the extent to which the UK student population is aware of the impact of meat consumption on the environment. 2. We will identify how this awareness influences meat eating habits. And 3. We will identify other factors that may influence the consumption of meat. We will set to achieve these aims by conducting a pilot study using students at the University of Bath as our sample group. We will initially use a questionnaire, employing a metric to assess the awareness of the impact of meat consumption on the environment. The levels of awareness and consumption recorded by the participant will then be compared. This will be supplemented by 2 focus groups, bifurcating the sample into meat and non-meat consumers to explore further the rationales behind people's meat consumption habits and the other factors that are at play. By examining levels of awareness and uncovering the drivers of consumption, we can help inform decisions around what should be done to raise awareness, or whether raising awareness would be largely ineffectual. In the next 40 years, we will eat more meat than in the past 6,000. So now is the time to act. Thank you.